Welcome back, everybody, to Forgotten Fates, season number 3, week number 2, our last hour for this week. Yeah, Dermot, Ardo, and Vox are getting ready to head to Waterdeep.
And last I saw, Kel and Andara were perusing through the help wanted ads.
I'll have plenty of Drow to help me out. No problem.
So y'all packed up in the cart, and the cart, pulled by this really cool horse, rolls away, leaving Kel sitting there with Lars. And Lars pulls out the bottle and, would you like another dose? Seems you've had an eventful day.
I don't need another dose right now, Lars. I need to think on this.
Well, I'm going to turn in.
I shouldn't have came downstairs. Madness.
It does seem that way. It was chaos from all points, but just another day in business.
Who burns down a house, Lars, and says it's okay?
Any wizard.
Does that
Right after you said this is madness, he should have said this is Sparta and kicked you in the chest. If you know.
This is Moondale.
I personally burned down about 8 in my studies.
You what?
Well, it's not something you can control right off the bat, you know. Magical fire is dangerous.
Fire burn, fire bad.
I did mention that I had some practice with this, yes.
And literally every time something goes wrong, all they do to explain it is go, it's magic.
Usually whenever someone sees something horrible, the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, a wizard did it. 95% of the time, that's true.
The other 5% is a dragon.
Yeah. Unless there's a dragon-looking thing in town.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely that.
That's the only time the wizards are like, oh, thank God they're not going to blame me.
Thank God I'm here to stop the dragon. Looking like the hero.
But that answers just one of your many questions you have to stew over, I'm sure. They'll seem to be getting along famously for a while.
Well, I try. I always think it's my fault for everything.
If you wouldn't mind, just put the fire out before you head up.
Sure thing.
He heads back behind, opens the door, into the back room, closes and locks. Andara, are you asleep? Dreaming?
She's trying to. Yeah, I don't know how
Okay.
effectively.
Just checking.
Human of sky ponies.
Peeled off her form-fitting armor best she could. Probably made like a.
Surprisingly, it breathes.
Nice.
So, that leaves us back with our party in the cart. So, Vox, you're directing your horse thing to pull the cart towards the portal.
Yes.
All right. The guards at the portal stop you as you expect.
I pull out my pass.
One merchant pass. Very well. And you two?
These are my hired guards.
It's okay, I have my own pass.
Even better.
They look at the pass. You hand the pass.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Very well. Well, let them through. You step through the portal. There's a couple of flashes of light. You have a flashback of a cave, and you come out in Waterdeep.
I
Why is it only?
let out a sigh of relief.
Why is it only when we're about to step through that I think, oh God, has anybody got stupid portal swords with them?
Portal swords. This sounds like an interesting story. But
No,
first,
You don't
what
want to.
leads? I'm sure. What leads did you bring us here for?
We have to go see some dwarf fellow at the docks. He's a merchant.
Really?
Yeah. It's important that we take care of that right away. After that, we can figure out what happened to the Thieves Guild's twin sons.
Okay. Well, I might be of assistance for us there. Let's head to the docks. Maybe it's this insert name. So
You do have a contact at the docks. You're no way of knowing if it's the same one they're seeking.
well, let's start with this merchant that I know down here. He might be of assistance for us. And what is the item that we're looking for? You said it was a rod, but you guys were not really descriptive.
What is the exact description of the rod?
It's one that you know very well and are able to give without any problems.
Yeah, so I tell you about that.
Okay. Well,
What time of day is it right now? It's nighttime, right?
Well, it's late. Yeah, it's late. It's already like 10 o'clock, I'm assuming, something like that. It's getting pretty late.
Okay.
and which part of Waterdeep do we come out in?
You come out in the town square. Blackstaff's tower is behind you. There's like a merchant's area in front of you.
Okay.
Everything's
Sorry,
Go ahead.
pause. Did you move the portal dump?
I figured that this is where it was, wasn't it?
It was further south, wasn't it?
Was it?
I thought so. It was a bit of a trek north to get to
What are you?
the tower, wasn't it?
You're right.
What are you talking about?
In
I think
Waterdeep.
where the portal came out in Waterdeep. I know it was a merchant square.
Yeah, it was a marketplace.
Yeah.
If I had
Okay.
the map, I
So
could-
we're heading southwest then in the town.
No. You're
No.
headed northwest.
Give me a second. And I'll...
It's the northern docks, isn't there? Southern docks?
There is
it's
off
right in
of
the middle.
Deep Wap Harbor.
Didn't Buddy say south? Grandpappy?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So we're heading to the Deep Water Harbor then, I'm assuming.
You assume lots of things.
Okay.
Yeah, you could guess.
We're heading this direction, which
Well, yeah,
I
based on the
know
description
as
of
the harbor.
south and water and docks. Let's go there.
we head off.
Yes, yes. Let's go.
All right. So you come through the portal. There's guards standing at the gates or at the entrance to the portal, and see y'all come through and just. Well, that's the same one that we ran out the other day. Oh, okay.
Who are they looking at when they say that?
To
They're
me.
looking at him, Vox.
Good day. I just keep going. I don't even give them a chance to talk.
Oh boy.
I tip an imaginary hat at them.
Okay. Well, the cart rolls down through the streets. You do know these streets. You've been here a couple times, Fox. You expertly lead them past many an onlooker gawking at you to the docks district.
I tip my hat at all of them. My imaginary hat.
All right. People have seen a lot of things here. This is pretty weird on that scale. The fact that a dwarf and a halfling are riding with him kind of calms it down. Here, every now and then, is he going to eat them? What the heck?
If they say that, I yell back, "What, are we going to eat him?"
See a kid scream, hide behind his mom. You make it to the docks district. It's pretty late.
I'm looking for a dwarf that's in charge.
Okay. You suppose the best place to check would be Dock Master, perhaps. He might know who you're looking for.
Okay, I'll go check that out. So I get off the cart and head towards wherever that is.
And then I'm also going to ask if insert merchant that I know, since I don't have a name, is here.
Rark. His
Rark.
name's Rark.
That works. Is
Rark.
Rark here? I got to write that down.
Who'd you ask that to?
To
Dermot, or-
the guard he was just talking to.
Not
I wasn't talking to a guard. I was just kind of surveying for the dwarf in charge.
Then I find the very first person I can find around the docks, and ask for Rark.
Okay. I'd like to put out it is late at night.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure most of them are vagrants anyways, but
I see the, like, when I see the dock master, like, is he in like a small hut type dealie?
There is a small hut right up there. There is a single candle burning inside, but you realize it's fairly late. And
Okay, so I see that. Now I'm looking for another dwarf somewhere else on the docks that appears to have some conversations going on with people in a couple times. Like,
With
people
people-
are coming to see him and then taking off. Like, maybe he's sitting on a crate somewhere, but he seems to be drawing attention, but inconspicuously, if that makes any sense.
Okay. So you're trying to find someone that.
I'm trying to find the real person in charge.
Okay. I get what you're saying. Let's have a peek, see if you can find such things. Let's just give you a fair. Yeah, it's going to be pretty good. Sends out like a sore thumb. Just because he looks so plain.
He kind of went too far the other direction.
Yeah.
To be inconspicuous, he was too conspicuous.
Vox, you're asking around for Rark, has gotten mostly shrugs because of the people that you're asking. You're pretty sure the first one didn't actually speak common. The second one
Fine.
that you asked didn't want to talk to you.
I
Just
turn
a
around. I
dragon.
see Dermot going towards a particular one, and I'm going to head that way as well.
As I catch that that Vox is coming with me, and I'm gauging the reaction of the guy as I approach. As we approach.
He sees you approaching. The guy's like he's not noticing. He sees Vox approaching. He drops all pretenses. It's just like you see him reach his hand under his cloaks.
I just motion back with my hand to Vox to like kind of hold position.
I'll stop and wait.
I continue my saunter over while holding up my pants. Actually, no, I have a belt. I've jerry-rigged a belt. I kind of look like a hobo, but for some reason I'm carrying all this crazy weaponry.
Okay. Well, the hobo approaches and he goes right past you.
I go, what? I'm a little confused here.
I
was approaching
that?
him.
Yeah, you were approaching him. He looked
You're
at you and kind of looked like
That's fine.
not really paying much attention. He looks back and he sees Vox approaching, and he drops all the pretenses here, and he just reaches his hands under his cloak and walks right past you for Vox. Vox, you recognize Rark.
Okay.
I smile and I wave to him.
He just claps down on your hand. How have you been, you old scaly thing?
Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, thrown in jail.
Who are your friends?
Well, these are my compatriots. We're looking for an oddity. Maybe thinking you might be able to help me with it or point me in a
I'm
direction.
looking at one.
You're never the same for jokes. But on a serious note, this is what we're looking for. And I attempt to explain it to him.
That's odd. An odd thing.
You may have received it from a certain grandpappy or his
Oh.
crew.
I wouldn't know what you're talking about. I don't usually deal with him.
Sense motive.
Let's see here. We will do a sense motive.
I mentioned to him, well, maybe not Grandpappy, but maybe someone with this symbol or emblem that was on him, and I explained the Thieves Guild emblem.
You show him the seared, possibly, is that blood cloak?
No, I described to him the emblem.
Okay. You know what? Because I'm having some issues here, you can sense that he's lying about his dealings with them, Dermot.
So I'm saying, oh, I wasn't meaning to imply you'd have dealings with such nefarious things. Perhaps you could send us in the correct direction, or tell us who might have this item. And like I wink at him.
Well, I have seen an item like that, though. It was a pretty fast mover. This fella on a ship, where did he say he was from? He purchased it.
Come on, Rock. Do this favor for me, and I will do you the favor back.
Trying to remember. I don't know if he's left dock yet.
I grab 2 gold and go to shake his hand and palm him the 2 gold.
No,
Well,
it's coming back to me.
If you do remember anything, you'd be sure to tell us, right?
I certainly would. I'm starting to come back to me now. I think that he was from Baldar's Gate. Yes, way down south.
I'm gonna sense motive on him.
I reach down and pick up like 2 gold, but it's really mine. I'm like, oh, did you drop this? 2 more gold.
Okay, your sense motive says this time that he's being honest.
Okay.
He takes the 2 gold. Yeah, I don't believe they left the port yet. He might still be somewhere in town. It wasn't his ship. He was sailing with someone else.
What did he pay for such a marvelous item? Do you have any idea?
Well, it was quite an interesting piece. He may have let go a couple 100,000.
Couple 100,000 what? Copper pieces? You don't look like to me to somebody. You don't look like you're somebody that can handle that kind of.
Platinum.
Jesus.
Would have expected you to be wearing slightly more impressive clothes. If that's the kind of money you're moving.
Well, I have to stay approachable.
Right. Now, what? It's from Baldur's Gate. Do you know anything else about this guy?
I tend not to ask too many questions. Especially not something like that. That was a singularly large purchase.
By chance, what did he look like?
Rather dark fellow, braided hair, scar here, about like half the fellows on these docks, except dressed a little better.
Does he have a name?
I didn't ask his name. He had a book he wore with him.
As in Mage's book?
I believe so, yeah. I kind of suspected he was some kind of a spellcaster, especially from those undead fellows that followed him around carrying his stuff. He said it was just the thing he needed.
You said he was on a ship. Do you know where his ship is docked?
Yeah, the one he came in on is right there in port. He points you across. It's a pretty big ship, but it's for this one's made out for passengers more than cargo.
Okay. So it's probably not his ship. He just arrived on it.
Right.
Okay. You said he was due to leave.
Well, from what I gathered in small talk, he was going to be leaving with the ship, but no guarantees.
And that ship's due to leave in the morning.
Yes.
Okay.
If I were to be looking for a fellow like that, where would I look? He starts scratching his head. It's not coming to me.
Oh, did you lose this too? I'll give him another 2 gold.
Oh, you know what? I think I remembered. Yeah, there's a tavern here on the docks. It's a seedy joint, not the place you'd expect to find someone like that, but there are some other rooms down below. Might check into that.
Oh,
Anything else I can do for you?
no, you've been most helpful.
Oh, it's always a pleasure. And good to do business with you again.
Oh, always.
Fox.
Always good to do business with you. Let me check on this ship real quick, and I'll be back to pick up my normal wares.
He just nods. Any slaves this time?
Slaves.
Oh, I'm kidding.
Not a night to be joking, my friend.
Oh, you have a safe one. I'll be waiting for your
Oh.
return.
I'll be back hopefully soon for you. And I make case back to the cart.
I'll be back soon to get you.
That's what he said. Like,
Doc.
I'll be back soon for you.
Coming for you.
Yeah.
Is Dermot heading back to the cart as well?
Yeah, I follow behind you.
Okay. I'll get back on the cart. I'll wait for you.
So, Ardo, were you there for any of that exchange?
Yeah, I was there. I just listened and just kind of observing things.
Okay. I was checking. So, what do? You've got some information. There's 3 people on a cart.
I think we're going to find a tavern.
It's saying I get that, so yeah, that's where we're going.
A conversation at all?
No, they have buildings to burn down.
Jokes. So, what did you make of that as we start looking to one of the nearby taverns?
This appears to be a spellcaster that's quite well off. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to just simply buy it off him. I think we're going to need some more nefarious tactics. I look at Ardo.
I grin.
Indeed. The only thing that sounds like to me on it, though, is that he does sound to be some sort of necromancer.
Okay. So we get to the town.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking about how to say there or what I would do to that. But yeah, I just said, well, that's kind of my specialty.
Oh, good. And if not, well, I guess we can always go with the old faithful.
Now,
That's
do
it.
we want?
That is this issue.
No, Ardo, do you want any kind of diversion set up?
If need be, yeah, we could do that. We'll have to case the building and whatnot.
I think that'd be better left to you. I'm a little bit.
Just go in willy-nilly.
I stick out like a sore thumb, so it won't be me.
Yeah, no problem.
You should stay with the cart and let Ardo go in and check it out.
Well, then I will drop you off, and I'm gonna go back and buy my wares and make it look like I'm being inconspicuous.
How far away are we from this place?
You can see it from where y'all were at. It's oh, I would say it's about 30 blocks or so.
Yeah, I hop off the cart. I'm like, it's best we not be seen heading up to it. I'd hop off the cart.
Okay. Well, then I stop and.
Where's the next nearest tavern other than this one to stay at? I ask Vox.
It should be, if memory serves me right. Do I remember properly?
Yeah, there's one pretty close to where the portal actually is.
Well, how about in a couple hours we meet back there?
Okay. I will meet you guys there.
All right.
And if you guys need help, just start swinging your arms around. I will be close.
So Ardo and Dermot walk into a tavern.
Mm-hmm.
As we get closer, I say, "Hey, so Ardo, I'm assuming you're going to want to be a little bit sneaky when you walk in and maybe case it from behind. Check out the exits and whatever this other area is that he mentioned."
You're right.
Yeah, I'll go in the front door and pretend to be a regular patron.
All right. And
you do your thing.
I split off from him and go towards the back of the building. I'm gonna hide right now and kind of sneak.
Righty. You think you're doing pretty good.
All right.
Dermot, you come in through the front.
I walk in the front door, and as always, I make an entrance.
Yeah, you kick the doors open, come in. You see the barkeeper is standing behind the bar. He looks kind of nervous, actually. The place is mostly empty. In the back, there is a table. There is a man dressed in blue robes, fitting the description you've heard earlier, sitting at the table, along with another fellow, bare-chested, looks like some sort of a pirate, if you were to guess, stereotyping, and several zombies standing around their table.
What?
I intentionally don't stare at him. Like, I try to... Yeah, I'm probably going to want to, like, lock eyes, but I'm going to make it like I don't even pay attention, like, to him. Like, he's not even there.
He's in laughing conversation. He sees you when you do the lock eyes. He just kind of nods. And
So, I just nod back like he's some dude.
Yeah.
Try not to give away that I'm like, he's holy fuck, there he is. And I just go and grab a seat at the bar.
The barkeep, well, what can I get you?
What kind of dwarven stouts you got?
Only the best. Pops one in the keg. This is a particularly fine quality.
Well, fill her up.
He fills it up. It tastes horrible.
I fake it. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. Do you know of any work a stout dwarf might find in this area?
You can always find work loading crates onto one of the cargo ships.
Does it pay well?
Keeps you in ale at least.
Well,
Ale in a room.
I guess that would meet my definition of well.
Food, on the other hand, well, I'm sure you'll figure it out.
I always do. We continue this banter back and forth, and I'm keeping an ear peeled to the other guys.
They're in a just joking around, basically, about old times, it seems. You notice as time is going on with it, though, that the seafarer actually seems to be pretty nervous. He doesn't think it's as funny as the other guy does. Ardo, you coming into the back?
Mm-hmm. What do I see?
In the back, there's a cook in the kitchen, actually, or the large guy.
Okay. What's
Place
he
is a
doing?
mess. He's pretty messy looking. Place is dirty. He's stirring some big kettle. You see a rat scurry across the room. The spoon comes out of the kettle and smashes it. He then goes back to stirring the soup.
This make like a weird face. What the fuck? Okay. What
He
else
picks
do
it
I
up by the tail and sniffs it. Throws it into the pot.
Oh my god. All right. I just make a weird face, like what the fuck? And then what else do I see?
Besides there seems to be bits of meat on the cutting utensils he has hanging off the side of the table. You see a door leading into what you're assuming would be the common room. From where you're at, you would guess this would be behind the bar. There's another door leading upstairs. It's propped open.
All right, I enter in there. Still
No, no.
sneaking, still hiding and sneaking.
Upstairs into a small attic, you see a lot of kitchen supplies that you would expect: flour, rice, beans, barrels.
Okay,
It's a pretty small little loft room.
so it's like a pantry type thing.
Yeah.
Okay, come back out of there. What are there any other doors?
You just see the door leading into the common room and the door leading out the back.
Okay, so there's nothing really.
Just a kitchen.
Okay, I go to sneak out of the kitchen, not through the back door, but into the common room.
All right. You open the door that you think would lead to the common room.
Okay.
You get it open pretty quietly. It opens and there's a short hall, it seems.
Hmm.
You see an intersection. It's like a T, as far as you
Okay.
can tell from here.
Well, I go left, I guess.
All right. Coming in here and going to the left, you open the door and there's stairs leading down.
All right. Still sneaking, hiding. Go down the stairs.
All right. You creep down the stairwell. There's a large iron door. It seems to be secured.
Okay. I'll check it for traps. So check the lock and everything for traps. Do I hear anything
Don't
on the other
see
side of the
any
door?
traps. You don't hear anything,
Okay.
and you don't see any traps.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to pop the lock.
You do manage to get it unlocked.
Okay. I'll check it again for traps.
You're confident with your decision that there are no traps here.
Okay. I'll open the door.
You open
Slowly.
the door slowly and see the back of a zombie.
Holy shit balls. I kind of shudder like, oh fuck a zombie. I observe the zombie. What's it doing? Anything?
It seems to be placed here as a sentry. If you look past him, you can see there is actually a room down here. There's a bed, pretty lavishly decorated. There are several other zombies and skeletons scattered about the room.
What the fuck?
And sitting on the nightstand amidst all the undead is a rod you recognize.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna go back up the stairs. There's no way to get
Okay.
past all that. That's just too much. Okay, I'll go back up the stairs and go the other way instead of. I'll go right instead of left.
All right. When you come out this time, you open the door and you can see that you're behind the bar. The barkeep seems to be cleaning up some a spill that he made and doesn't notice you. You see Dermot is sitting at the bar, has a drink in his hand. Looks like he's enjoying it.
Sneak up behind Dermot.
When you come back around the bar, you see 4 more zombies around a table in the corner. There's a man meeting a description you were given earlier, and a bare-chested sailor-type person having a drink at that table.
All right. I tap. Well, no, that would fucking show me what. I go out the front door. Sneak out the front door.
You notice as you're sneaking out, the zombies are following your move, but they're not doing anything.
So you can see us anyway. All right. I go out the door, right?
Yep.
All right. I stop hiding and sneaking, and I just come into the door normal like.
All right. You come in, and the barkeep, hello! Gets up, bangs his head. How can I help you?
I'm just here to talk to a friend of mine.
He looks over at the corner, like with a little grimace. All right.
I go over to Dermot's table.
I'm at the bar.
Oh, I'm sorry. At the bar.
What do you want to drink?
What do you got?
I've got some particularly fine dwarven ale.
No, I'll leave more for me. You should definitely try the gnomish ale or the halfling ale. Sorry.
Halfling ale.
Well, I do have one halfling mixed.
Just whatever you do, don't have the dwarven ale. It's all for me.
Not very popular. It's a small keg he taps.
All right.
Real foamy stuff.
Okay.
Sets it out for you. I don't know why they think all that berries and crap actually flavors it.
I like a nice apple lager. Personally.
Lager?
That's how they pronounce it in halfling.
Says Ardo, knowing nothing about ale whatsoever.
That's hilarious.
I whisper in.
What's your age,
It's-
little boy?
It's lager.
He drinks it from his heirloom cup that he has.
You smell what he's serving Ardo, and it's pretty good smelling.
Really? It's apple flavored beer?
Yep.
Pretty sure Dermot stifles the vomit in his mouth.
Okay. There's your halfling beer. Particularly fine halfling beer.
I drink it.
It's good stuff. Best you've had.
Yummy. It's time for 60s. What do you got to eat around here?
I'll see what we can whip up. You can cook. Give me 2 bowls of brown.
All right. So I eat my beer and
Drink your beer. He comes back in with some questionably brown soup.
Now he eats his beer.
eat my
There
beer.
you are.
Drink
Sets it
my
out
soup.
front. You find the tail in yours.
Tale of what? What is this? Oh, wait a minute. Dermot, you should try some of this. not wanting to be the only one who's had to eat rat.
Dermot's eyes are wide and he's just shaking his head like, nope.
I
You're
begrudgingly,
He might be turning a bit green.
I begrudgingly eat while looking at the barkeep with a straight face.
It's good, yes?
Yeah, it's
It's our
great.
special.
You have some salt and pepper.
Pepper. No, we don't carry any pepper. We got some salt, though. We slide you some salt.
And bread.
Bread. Well, I can see what you got for bread. Hey, Cookie, what you got for bread? Where'd you find that?
Never
Okay.
mind. Never mind. Don't trouble yourself. Really, it's too much trouble.
A cookie did find this thing back behind the oven there. It looks like bread. I think it's bread.
I look at Dermot and say, I'm all done. How about you?
Yeah, I think it's about time we headed back.
All right. I leave my soup undone in my apple lager.
Suddenly, the laughing and joking in the back has turned away from just reminiscing about old times. The sailor starts actually begging for his life.
I lean into the barkeep and kind of ask, like, what's his story?
Who?
And I'm kind of tilting my head to motion for those guys. What's their
Just
story?
Just rented a room for the night. I have no idea. Never seen it before in my life.
Well, it's weird. That kind of thing normally go on in here?
No.
Well, maybe we'll stick around for one more drink. Things are getting interesting.
Yeah, I'll take a drink. I gotta wash this fine soup down.
He pours you both another drink. If you pay any attention to the back, you see the necromancer, as you've so named him, pours 2 cups for him and his companion and just says a toast. And the guy's just holding the cup, shaking. Well, drink. He starts to drink it. The other guy pours it and goes ahead and drinks it when he does. He spits it back into the cup and sets it down. The pirate falls. He just starts laughing. You see him reached into his pouch, put something in the pirate's mouth, and within a few moments, he stands back up and joins the other 4.
I would have turned around on the stool or whatever and been like kind of staring slack-jawed at that.
Yeah. The pirate is also slack-jawed now, and
What you doing? It's not that bad.
Uh-oh. Use the
he
can.
turns to the barkeep and says, I'm turning in for the evening. If you have any more of my old friends drop by, do let me know. He just pushes past the barkeep and starts heading down the stairwell. The barkeep, I think we're going to close now.
I think that's a good idea.
Please don't tell anybody what you saw. That could be bad for business.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, is this inn also your home?
Yes, I stay upstairs. I'm not staying here tonight.
That's probably a good idea. Well, have a good night. Let's go, Ardo.
He just looks and he heads out the back way. Cookie, let's go. The cook and him actually both leave the premises. And you hear them talking along the way. No, he killed him right out. Leaving you 2 alone in the bar?
No, I think he would have shoot us out like we were leaving.
Okay, yes. That was the intention, for y'all to leave out the front while he was going to leave from the back.
Yeah, we left and started. Ardo, let's head back to the where we agreed to meet Fox.
I think that's a good idea. Let's go.
All right. Fox, you took care of business. You picked up 2 more casks of that.
I didn't know you could draw a credit.
No,
The dwarf stout.
3 casks of the dwarven
Stout head or
Stout.
dwarven head
Yep.
stout, that stuff. Yeah. I'm assuming it's the 30 or the 20 gallons.
20-gallon barrels. Yep. Picked up those 3 in exchange for 2 of the, or for the 4 dwarven daggers. I think. Wait a minute. No, those are more expensive, aren't they?
Yeah.
Just add those for now and subtract so much. You know what? Add those. Take the gold off. That works.
Okay.
20% discount though.
Okay.
Hi, Dad.
Okay. You have anything else you want to do with him? Were you just after your regular shipment or what?
Who are you talking to?
Vox.
I think Fox is busy, so yeah, he's done with his regular shit.
Yeah, he's regular.
Okay.
He's done with everything. I'm assuming that he didn't want to turn around and also deal with anything else. Correct? There wasn't
Right.
any other wares that he wanted. Then yeah, I'm just gonna be done with it. I'm gonna head back to the Predestined Tavern next to the portal.
Okay. You had a sufficient amount of gold to cover that, didn't you? From your sales of the
yeah,
wine, I believe.
I had 1,600 gold.
1,600 gold.
Yeah, we'll figure out the all that stuff afterwards, though.
Okay, works for me. All right. So after that, you would probably meet them up at the place that y'all had picked, that tavern near the portal. I'm assuming you'll probably be waiting on them. They'll be coming in a little later, actually.
I would assume I'd actually end up getting 3 rooms for the night. And
You
I'd
assume
be
or you
back.
did?
I'm assuming that I beat you guys there, and I'm getting 3
Right.
rooms for the night.
Okay,
And I'm
you
bringing
beat
in,
them there.
and I'm bringing in the chest with all of the stuff in it, and then the anything else of value. I put the nuts inside the chest.
Okay. All right. So you've got the 3 rooms rented. You got your stuff put away.
Mhm.
You managed to put your cart and horse in the back in the stable. It's not as secure as the barn at Lars's place, but you're hoping that will do.
Yeah, and of course I'm bringing the signet ring with me. So
All right. So after a bit of time, Dermot and Ardo come walking in.
As we were leaving, like, what's the? Sorry, this maybe to retcon this a bit, but I wanted to check out kind of the outside of the building, like, and its surrounding structures.
The one that on the docks.
Yeah, the tavern that the necromancer was in.
Okay, it's right up against the docks. The building itself, the outside of it is stone.
Okay.
You're pretty sure from what you're saying that it is a thatched roof, though. Inside, you noticed it was mostly wood, so you're assuming that it's just an outer shell of stone, basically.
Cool. And there's not how close are the other buildings to it?
There was a decent distance.
Nice.
A good 20 feet in between on one way and 10 feet on the other.
Perfect.
But it's right up on the docks, too, though.
Cool.
Okay.
So we stroll into the inn. Like, where were you waiting, Vox?
I would have gotten everything, and then after moving everything up to the room, I would have been down in the common room waiting for you guys.
Was there lots of people in this inn, Sragg?
Yeah, this is a pretty busy place.
So
There's a bard playing. There's a lot of people, some dancing, lots drinking. Pretty good food.
Ardo and I go and sit with Vox.
I order 2 ales and whatever Ardo wants.
Hold on.
Someone watching a video or something. Oh. All right. So, yeah, Ardo, what did you want?
What do I want? Where?
To drink. from
Oh!
the-
I want a
An apple lager.
I want a nice peach lager now.
I'll
Yeah.
order whatever the hell he wants.
All right. Food? You want some food?
I ask him if the food's seeming to be good. I'm looking around at any of the other guests eating.
Yeah, they are serving a. It's like a roast tonight.
I'll have
Yeah.
some of
Yeah,
that.
I'll have some of
Yeah,
that.
then I'll definitely order 3
Give me
servings of
some
that
of
as well.
that.
I gives you some with gravy and taters. Ardo's favorite.
Hell yeah. Okay.
When you they bring it in there. They set the plates down in front of you with your drink. Vox, they set one in front of you. Dermot, Ardo, they set your peach frilly drink with a little umbrella on it, and then
Hell yeah.
there's your. You notice that yours is wrapped up in something called a Mick Whopper. You're not
Hell
sure.
I'll take it.
So, gentlemen, I'm not sure, or we kind of found out some information. This guy that has our item, or allegedly has our item, is pretty well secured.
Well, tell me about it.
He's got a number of undead that seem to be his minions that follow him around. Did you happen to see the staff at all, Ardo?
I did. It's in a room downstairs, surrounded by zombies and skeletons. I think we have our work cut out for us.
So it sounds like a couple good breaths and we should be done. I hope.
Oh, I think that's a little too presumptuous.
Well, Ardo, you don't think that you can steal it, do you?
I don't know. Those zombies seem to be watching me. They were following me with their eyes, almost as if they dared me to steal the staff.
Well, then I think I'm actually agreeing with our friend here. Perhaps a good old, or perhaps we should have a repeat performance of the orphanage tonight.
I'd prefer not to burn down something else, since I do
I don't know
feel
what
a
you're
little.
talking about there, Vox, in the middle of the bar.
Oh, of course. But it would be unfortunate if something of that came to be. I don't know if
That
my
would-
conscience can
Unfortunately,
handle
you want
another
to have
one.
things burned down. But however, what happened to the orphanage the other night? That was a good thing that could possibly help us. I'm making like the shut your mouth, you idiot eyes at him.
Okay, well, you're the one that brought this up, but I'm good with it if you're good with it.
Oh, this is awesome.
So, it's sounding like you said the back door leads down
Mhm.
to where's everything
No,
else?
there's a back door, and then the kitchen, and then there's a T section. You go left, and it goes downstairs.
T section.
Yeah,
Was there anybody else down there, you think, other than the zombies and the undead?
and skeletons. I didn't see anybody else. I just saw the staff.
Do you think anybody else could be down there?
It's a possibility. I didn't really go in to check it out because obviously.
Do you think that anybody other than our friend that's currently we saw go down there and his minions would suffer the same marvelous experience as the orphanage?
I don't really know. I couldn't say yes or
Or
no.
would others possibly experience that?
Other than the guy that's spending. Well, no, he's not going to be there tonight, is he?
Exactly.
Maybe today's our day.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast an invocation.
Whoa,
And
whoa,
we're-
whoa. Like, what does that look like when you cast that?
It shouldn't be anything. I mean, it's just arcane.
Yes, you have to touch them and say a few words, kind of thing. It's not really.
I mean, inside of a tavern, it just looked like you're clapping someone on the back, having a good old rowdy conversation. Right.
I don't know what your components are, like visual and semantic.
There's
Verbal
no
and semantic.
there's
There's
no
not.
components.
It just happens.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a thing.
And it'd be endure elements when we decide to do this.
It's nigh psionic. Warning shots were fired.
Warning shots were fired. Okay.
Well, let's finish our meal and Go see if we can make another orphanage.
Well, then I'm gonna laugh and I'm gonna clap him on the back. And when I clap him, I'm gonna cast it.
Okay.
It works. That's the only time I've ever had a critical one.
Yeah, that works.
It works, right? It doesn't fizzle.
Yeah. No, it doesn't fizzle.
Oh, okay.
Your fizzle is 90 to 100.
Okay. Then I just laugh and I clap him on the back and say, then I tell him, and now you are safe for the rest of the day and night and tomorrow.
That's ominous. You really got to work on your wording.
Gee, thanks, I think.
No, that just think of it as my breath will no longer hurt you for the next 24 hours.
Was there a problem that it might? You
In
know,
case you got in front of me, I didn't want it to burn you.
like we mastered the art of fire. We don't necessarily need you to do it.
Well, it just makes you immune to it.
I see.
Well, you won't take damage from extreme heat, but that's like naturally occurring 140 degree heat. If you're thrust into an open flame, it's still going to suck.
Or did you want to do your thing and let you go on first?
Sorry,
Was that a sentence?
Yes, that was a question of saying, did you want to do your bear thing?
No, not particularly.
Okay.
I'm
Well, then
okay with a bit of a orphanage repeat.
Okay.
Ardo,
Well,
you've been
then.
quiet. Do you agree? He's totally okay with it. He may have just hit his funny bone.
Okay. All right. While we're sitting around the table discussing, do I need to cut back to y'all or y'all asleep? I noticed I've gone quite a ways. Andara, you were trying to sleep, were you not? You're muted.
Muted.
So I've gone
Yeah,
on
that's
for.
pretty much what's going on for me with me for
All
now.
right. Kel, what was going on with you? Were you going to sleep?
I don't remember
Were
what
you-
time it was.
It's getting later in the evening. It's like 11 now-ish.
I have no reason to follow them, so if that's what you're asking.
No, I'm asking what you're doing. If you're doing anything. If there's anything I need to know that you're doing.
No, not at the moment. I mean, probably just playing loot and then going to sleep.
Okay.
Which I don't know. I've played loot a couple times, but you haven't given me any money. I didn't know if it was free.
Oh,
now.
your earnings?
Yeah.
That's right. I didn't bother with your earnings.
You didn't bother last session either.
Didn't bother last session. I thought I gave you some gold.
Nope.
Take a total of.
Why does the DM keep hoarding all the gold?
DM's not hoarding any gold. DM has all the gold. Looks like 16.
We need to throw him out of the party. He just keeps on getting us killed.
27 gold total from your shows so far.
That's just tonight, or
That was. You're paid up to this point.
okay. Thanks.
All right. Let's go ahead and stop here with y'all planning around that table.
Okay.
And we can pick this up someday.
In 2 weeks. Okay, thank
Yeah,
you everybody
that.
for watching. That's it for this week of Forgotten Fates. We'll be back hopefully in 2 weeks. We'll keep you updated on the Twitter if there's a change in that. Don't know what we got going on next week. Probably something. We'll see then. Thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking like and subscribe and leaving comments. See you next time.